Hello and welcome. So, we're going to be answering a question which is from the graph below. What are the intervals of positive? Alright, so when we're looking at this particular graph, there's a couple of things we can look at. So, when it says positive or negative or zero, right? What it's really referring to, that for any graph, is it's talking about the y values, where the y value is going to be positive, zero, negative, so on and so forth. Anything positive for y is anything above your x-axis, right? That's going to be this entire portion here. Anything negative is going to be anything below the x-axis, right? So it's going to be this whole portion down here. Now there's going to be an area of the graph that's either positive, neither positive or negative, and that's going to be where y is literally 0. 0 is the one number that is neither positive or negative. So if we overlap this with our graph that we have here, well, notice that where is our graph positive? Well, we see it above the x-axis all the way for this entire region here, right? We see it below the x-axis for this little region right there. And then you'll notice a couple of times is it's going to hit the x-axis in two places. Okay, and that's how we kind of look at this. And now we write our intervals. Now we use the x to describe the y. So when you're writing the intervals are going to be in terms of x. So, where is the graph positive? Well, we'll notice that the yellow portion, it starts right after it crosses the axis at which x? -5. So our first interval should be from -5 and continuing from there. Now as we continue on, nothing's a problem until we hit bam. We hit our second little blue dot. Now technically at this dot, it doesn't cross into the negative region, but what we care about is that at that point, it becomes 0. The y value is 0, and now y is neither positive or negative, which means that you have to stop the interval, right? You can't just go past -1 because it technically doesn't become negative. It's technically not positive at -1, right? At this x value, the y is not positive for sure. It's neither, so you gotta stop. So then you jump right over just that -1, because as soon as we get past -1 and the x's, we're going to continue back into the positive region forever, so up into infinity. Right? And we're not writing infinity just because the graph itself is going up. We're writing infinity because we're going to the right forever on the x's. Yes, the graph is going up a lot faster than it's going to the right, but it is going to the right nonetheless. Okay, and you'll notice only matches this interval right there, and that would be your answer. Alright. Now, keep in mind if we were asking for intervals of negative, close one, then we would be writing just this little purple section. We'd say, okay, what's the leftmost x that this is going to? Right? Leftmost x, that's negative infinity. Okay, and then as we start moving to the right, this is the only place, right, that's going to go all the way up until negative, that is a 5, -5. And this would be your interval for negative. Okay, not too shabby. Alrighty, there you have it. Thanks for watching.